What's going on, fam? It's your boy back in the building for another episode of the Smoking Bean. Episode 4. We are back after Christmas special. I hope everyone had a great holiday, a great Christmas. Was safe. Everybody made it back to their destinations. We still praying for everyone's health, safety, finance, just your emotional state, your spiritual state. I've been praying just for the world, and I'm hoping everyone is doing well right now. I had a great Christmas day. Spent some time with the family as always. You know me, if I'm not in here doing my thing, I am spending time with my family, and went over to my sister's house. She hosted Christmas this year, and my mom was there, and my siblings. My sister and my children, and we had a great time. Some friends, and she actually bought me a gift. She got me this clock here, so I had to use this as my new centerpiece. She saw the show and she was like, "Hey, I found something that would be great and fits kind of your style." So I was like, "Cool." She said, "I want to get you this clock because I know you making money all times of the day." So I said, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So appreciate you, sis, for the gift, and yeah, we had a good time. So we are back, and episode 4. I know I took a week off because I knew it was the holiday, and I knew people were going to be moving around and traveling, and wasn't really going to have time to really sit and watch. But I hope y'all did catch up on episode 3, Carrying Baggage. If you haven't, check that out. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment. But I do want to show love for all the support, everyone who watched, everyone who viewed, please, and everyone who subscribed. And continue to share, man. Let everybody know that we are having real conversation over here, and at the Smoking Bean. So yeah, I'm back. Of course, I'm Jay, and my partner Coffee is always in the building. As you know, he's always on deck. But today's topic is a good one, and I think we're gonna probably have to do 2 parts because it's just it's so much information to share and so much to talk about. I don't think we can talk about it all in one show, but I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all do want me to do a part 2. Comment and let me know. But we're gonna be talking about reading the description before you apply, and I'm talking about marriage today. I'm talking about being a husband, being a wife, reading the description before you apply. And I'm gonna use this example like we're applying for a job, because when we ask someone to marry you, ask somebody to marry you, you're applying for that position to be their husband or wife. And a lot of times we apply for that position without really understanding what it means. You know, we love the idea of marriage, and sometimes we feel like because we've been with someone for a certain amount of time, that should be the next step. I don't know, maybe because of spiritual reasons, because of families pressuring you, or because you have children. I don't know, whatever the reason is, or you just want to be with somebody, you just want to be with that person. But if you don't understand what's required, or you don't understand the description of the position, sometimes we can apply for something that we really wasn't ready for. And a lot of times, you know, when you apply for a job, they usually have the title, they usually have the description, they have the requirements, and then on the bottom it'll say apply or save for later. And a lot of times we skip past all those other parts because we just want to be married. You know, I love you, we've been together, let's get married. But we skip over the description part where it describes all of our duties and responsibilities. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from what I've observed and watched over the years, and I noticed to be true in many situations. We put the time into learning everything else. You know, what our career, researching cars and houses, but when it comes to actually researching our roles in a relationship, we want to learn that on the fly. The most important thing, the person that you're going to be with forever, and we're supposed to build this family and be together forever, that's something you want to learn on the fly? No, we got it all wrong. We need to put all of our time in researching what it means to be a husband. What does it mean to be a wife? What does all that mean? What does it all entail? You know, let's study. Let's ask some questions. I know a lot of us, when we get together, we go to marriage counseling. You know, some pastors require it. You know, before you get married, you have to do some type of counseling, and that's good. But counseling together with a pastor is not all you should be doing. You should be studying on your own and seeing if I fit the mold of what is needed for me right now in my life. A lot of us are still dealing with a lot of issues, man. Even going back to the last episode, talking about carrying baggage, a lot of us are still carrying a lot of baggage. A lot of us are still hiding a lot of things in our closets, and there's a lot of dust and dirt underneath the carpet that we just hid. Because when you're dating someone, what happens is you put on your best mask. It's like when you are buying a car, the salesman is gonna show you all the bells and whistles. They want you to press all the buttons and look what this can do. Look at the sunroof and the radio, all the speakers, and wow, is navigation, and you get wowed by that. But it's not until you actually go and open the hood and do an inspection, that you really start understanding, okay, a little bit more about this vehicle. And the same thing, dating is the test drive stage. We're test driving and seeing if we like what we see and feel so far. The engagement part is looking under the hood and inspecting, checking references. Let's check and see how many times this car has been in to the shop for whatever reason, or just regular maintenance checks. And I want to know whoever had this vehicle, they've been taking care of it. How does it respond under certain pressure? And that's when we're engaged to a person. These are some of the signs we need to be paying attention to. How does this person react under stress? When in different situations, do they get angry? Do they get abusive? How are they with their parents? How do they respond? Are they spiritual? Do they love God? Do they want children? These are the things that we need to be finding out. And then at the same time, learning ourselves, figuring out who are we in this relationship. Am I ready for the responsibilities? Now we're engaged. And people feel like, okay, once we got engaged because we told everybody. And I think it's more pressure from other people at that point. It's like, even if you want to go back, you like, man, I can't. I told everybody we getting married, so we got to do it. But it's like, this is an evaluation period for us to really understand, hey, do we really understand, and did we really read the description? What does it mean to be a wife? What does it mean to be a husband? Can I check off these boxes? Am I selfishness? Am I selfish, or can I be selfless? Can I compromise? Am I understanding? Am I romantic? Can I be romantic? Am I affectionate? Do I want children? Do I love family? Do I love God? Like, do I still have lust in my heart? You have to, and this is not something a lot of the internal things you really don't have to share out loud, but these are things you need to be asking yourself. Like, if you still got such and such number in your phone, and you still texting her, or texting a few people, you're not ready to be married, and that's fine. But you have to be honest with yourself. You got to say, what, I'm not ready to let that stuff go. But a lot of times what we do is it's like when we know company is coming over. We clean up real quick. We put everything in the closet. We close the door. And we show everybody how nice our place is. Oh, it's beautiful. He's so clean. She's so clean. Like, she always keeps everything so nice. Her nails are always done. She's always clean. Her hair is always done. Yeah, that's because she knew you was coming. He knew you were coming. So guess what? I'm going to put on my best suit. I'm going to put on my best everything. But it's when you pop up on them days, unexpected, and you find out that, they got all this stuff out, and they dealing with a lot of things, that you really start finding out, hey, this person is not what I thought. They don't check off all the boxes in the description, But instead of letting it get to that point, why don't we just start being honest from the beginning? Hey, love, like, I love you and I want to be with you, but let's take our time and really understand what we're getting into. I want to be the best husband I can be. And I'm going to be the best wife I can be, whatever, whoever it's coming from. And I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I can be that for you right now. So let's take our time. And a lot of times people would get mad. So what? You don't want to be with? No, I do want to be with you. And we have to understand. And it should be a relief. You should be happy that a person can be that honest, because they just saved your life. You shouldn't want to get married so bad that you ignore the signs, or ignore when someone's being honest with you and telling you that they're not ready for this position. Let me just click save for later. Not saying I'm putting you on hold. We're still dating. I'm still in the interview process, but I don't want to come up short. And I think a lot of marriages will start off better and last longer if we just understood that about ourselves. A lot of times we can tell people what they should be. A woman can tell a man he should be this and that, and should be a provider, he should be a leader, he should do this, he should do that. Listen, you should compromise, you should understand, you communicate. Everybody can tell you what a person should be for them, but then when they look at themselves in the mirror and you ask them, okay, what is your role? What are you supposed to be for me? Well, I cook and clean and I take care of the kids. That has nothing to do with being a wife. Taking care of the home, taking care of the children is a very, very important job, that both parties should be involved in. But it has nothing to do with being a wife or a husband. Those are two separate things. And what happens a lot of time is we lump those things together, and something winds up suffering, because the children in the home is going to take a lot more of the time, and then we give our husband or wife what's left over. And it's like, no, you have to make your husband, you have to make your wife a priority, and that comes with understanding your role. I mean, you can't blame somebody for not knowing. But at the same time, you had the time to find this out. You had the time to study and research. The Bible is a perfect manual. You can learn how to be a wife. You can learn how to be a husband. They give clear instructions on the things you should do and how you should be and the character you should have. And you got to start there. You have to get some kind of spiritual connection, because naturally marriage cannot be understood from a natural mind. We're just not built that way. It's a spiritual connection. It takes a spiritual understanding to really accept and to appreciate what marriage is. It's not till we get to that point that we really like, okay, this really has nothing to do with me. It has to do with becoming one with someone and learning what our purpose is together, because we all had a purpose separately, but now we're taking that and we're joining it together. So what is our goal? What is our purpose? What is our reason for being together? It's another question to ask. That's a whole other conversation, but yeah, we have to get a better understanding before we can start telling somebody what they should be for you. Let's understand what you need to be in the relationship, and that's reading the description, man. If when your job pulls you in for your 90-day evaluation, they usually go over your pros and your cons of the positive things that you're doing, and we appreciate you. And but then they say you're weak in some areas, and they gotta check something, you know, and you take that and you learn from it. Oh, some they may say, hey, have you read the description? Have you read the handbook? Do you understand what this position entails? And if you haven't, let's go over it. And a lot of times we need to do that in our relationship before we even go any further. Hey, let's do an evaluation. Let's see where we are, and let's see if we both understand what's expected of each other, you know, and really study the handbook and say, hey, am I this? Can I be this? You know, yeah, you may be that some years from now, but right now, and that's what we do. We come into the relationship saying, you know what, I can be that eventually, but right now, you know, I just want to get married so we can be in it, and then, you know, I can be that later on. No, we have to understand that we need to be that for that person right now. You know, because that's what you've been showing when y'all been dating. We do everything we need to. Actually, we are the perfect wife and husband when we're dating, which is backwards. We date as the perfect married couple. You know, we so thoughtful and kind and generous, and we're so romantic and affectionate. Oh, I love the way he just talks to me in the room. I love, oh, she does this. She brings me lunch. She bought me lunch. She cooked for me. Oh man, the way she has her nails and stuff always done for me. My hair, she looks so beautiful every time I come over. We do everything perfect when we're dating, and then we get married and then revert, or we show our real colors. You know, oh, when you're dating, oh, I love God so much. You know, I'm studying to be a pastor. You know, I'm in school. You know, and let's pray. You know, let's pray about it. And you know, and you're like, wow, like this guy or this woman, she's so spiritually, so she loves God so much, and then and not knowing that, you know, they got so much other things going on, but they showing you marriage material in the beginning, and then they get married, and then they're not that person. So it's like, it's weird. It's like we should be showing people our true colors from the beginning and allowing them to make that decision, because at that point there's nothing to lose. Look, we're figuring each other out. This is who I am. Boom. Like I'm looking online, I'm looking for cars or whatever. I love it when people just are honest. Look, serious inquiries only. This is what's going on with the car. I just got this and none done, but it still needs some work. It's leaking, transmission slipping. At least, and they're honest about it. Look, if you still want to buy it, here's my number. Call me, and you can either say, "Nah, I'm good," because I'm not ready to put that much work into something from the beginning, or you can be like, you know what, that's not that bad. I know a guy, or I know how to fix those things on my own. So you take a chance. You say, hey, yeah, I'm interested, and you usually get it for a good price, and you work on those things on your own, because you know those are not bad situations for you. You can deal with that. But we don't give people the opportunity to pass. We want to act like everything is perfect, and we allow people to buy in on something that's not real. So yeah, to get back to what I was saying, is just like, understand what you want, but understand at the same time, understand what you need to be as well. So yeah, I just want us to learn, man. I just want us to be better. And even if we're in marriages that are 10, 15 years going strong, and you know, we can sit back as well and say, you know what, maybe I need to be better in these areas, because sometimes we can think we're doing everything like we're supposed to, but we're learning on the fly, and not really understanding our roles either. You know, what is the wife's role, you know, to a husband? You know, I can't tell you that. I'm not a wife, but I can tell you from what of a man's point of view, what we need. We need encouragement and motivation. We need our ego stroked. You know, that's what men need. You know, we need affection in different ways though than women, but we do need it. we need our space, but at the same time, we need to know that you're here. Um, and that's just me. That's just my opinion. My experiences and what I need. It might be some different needs from, but overall, I feel like it's the same. And women, I'm sure you need communication, and you need someone that is can compromise. You need someone that is affectionate and romantic, that loves God and loves family, and just um, understanding. And you want all those things. Somebody that's willing to help. Of course, you want a leader and a provider. Those are the main qualities. And men, we should be that regardless. I mean, before we able to be that for someone else, we should be a leader in our community. We should already have that leader mentality. We should already be a provider. It's another episode 4. Let me know if I need to continue. We want to continue talking about this, man. Reading the description before we apply part 1. If you want a part 2, we'll go more in depth and talk about this a little more. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all checking me out today and listening and watching. If you haven't, please subscribe if you like the vibe here at the J Lounge on the Smoking Bean. And yeah, man, episode 4. Meet me at the top. You already know I'm gonna be there. I hope you meet me there as well. So I'm out.